Okay, everyone, it's still September 19th, 2012, Wednesday. It's 11:28 p.m. Eastern Time, which means that in about 32 minutes it's going to be officially the 20th, but whatever. Haven't made a video blog in quite some time. Right now I'm not feeling too great, but I figure now's a good time as any to talk about a lot of different things. And I should have wrote down a list, but I'll just go off the top of my head, and if I forget anything, I'll make another clip. Might not be right immediately after this one, but you know, in a couple days or whatever. Basically, first topic is drama whores that are addicted to attention. It's actually quite sad. I have been, you know, I learned about the internet back in high school. Learned the difference between internet and intranet, and that was about it. Didn't really surf it that much. I surfed an intranet, which is not the same. But then I went to Job Corps after I graduated, and that was interesting because we did surf the internet, but it was on a computer with a modem, and I thought modems were only for fax machines up until that point, so that was interesting. Computer ran slower than snot, and it was just irritating. And then we had gotten brand new computers, and one computer had internet access, and that computer was so much faster than the one with the modem that it blew my mind. But we were only allowed, we had a sign-up sheet where we signed up for internet time. It was like, you could sign up 3 times a week for like 15-minute blocks or something like that. It's only long enough to check your email, reply back, and that was it. So I found out that my godmother had died by getting an email from a cousin. Yeah, welcome to the information age and technology age, right? But so I've been, you know, I've been on the internet-ish since approximately mid-1998 till now. So that's about what? Let's pull up the calculator. "14 years. Damn, that's a long time. I feel old. Anyway. And, you know, it's kind of funny. I never really fed into the whole troll thing. I mean, a couple of times I've gotten harassed by trolls, but I'm pretty much immune now, and I know how to put them in their place. But drama whores, I think, they seem to be more common on the internet. They seem to be able to find their targets more easily on the internet. You know, the internet's their little playground, their little sandbox. And what's really unfortunate is they tend to shit in that sandbox. And it affects the people that they try to start shit with. The only problem is whenever they start their little escapade and they get confronted on it, then all of a sudden, you know, they don't know how to react. You know, because what's really weird is when I was a child, when I was a teenager, I was a big attention whore. I always wanted to have people feel sorry for me, pity me. Everything was a sob story. Wham. As I got older, I realized, you know, life's too short to do that kind of shit. So, and I was exposed to drama whores, you know, off and on throughout life.
The city does lead them.
Recently I encountered one. And, it's actually pretty damn pathetic, you know, because at first you don't realize that they're a drama whore. They seem like normal people. They walk among us, they talk among us, they play video games just like us, they surf the internet just like us. They're normal people. They're very hard to detect. It's not like they have like this, this invisible tattoo on their foreheads where you can see in big blinking letters, this person likes to start shit, It doesn't always happen that way. So, it's very hard to detect one. But here's how you can kind of try to eliminate them from your life, at least. Let's say, I'll just describe my situation a little bit that I had a couple days ago, when I realized that someone who had masqueraded as a friend of mine turned out to be a drama whore. They started making false accusations that they could not back up. And some of them were very serious accusations, and accusations that I took very seriously that could affect certain aspects of my life and certain aspects of my loved ones' lives. For example, my children, because I love my children to pieces. I'd fight for them. I would walk through fire for them, take a bullet, etc. And I took great offense in what they were trying to do. Only problem was they could not back up what their claims and their accusations with solid fact, solid evidence. And so when I told them, look, I think you're lying to me, then all of a sudden I was the bad guy. I was the one that was, being mean and cruel and heartless. And it's like, no, I wasn't. I simply told you, you can't show me evidence that proves what you're saying is true, I'm not going to believe you. So then I was like, well, I thought to myself, well, they're being awfully defensive about this, and they're getting awfully irate. It means that I struck a nerve, that there's some truth in what I was saying. So I said, well, you know what, it was my fault for trusting you, but I'm removing you from my life. Have a nice life. I wish you well. Goodbye. Thought that was the end of it. Well, they decided to perpetuate the whole thing and take their little dead horse, revive it, and ride it on into town and start harassing some of my friends. Now, I'm the type of person where, over the last couple of years, I've learned that my friends are there for me no matter what. I don't have to pester them constantly. I don't have to, sit here and worry about whether or not they're going to be my friend tomorrow. If they're not my friend tomorrow, that's okay. That's their choice, and I'm not going to hold that against them, I don't make people be friends with me. I don't make them talk about their personal lives. If they want to share it with me, that's totally fine. If they don't, that's okay too. And certain friends know certain details about my life. Some friends know more than others. Some friends don't know that much at all. But they're all my friends, and I cherish them all equally, whether they know very little, none at all, or a whole lot. Doesn't matter to me. And some friends are really close friends. I consider them like members of my own family. I was born an only child. It was very boring and very lonely and very solitary. So I'm a loner by nature, but I reach out to people just the same. I think everybody does. That's human nature. And so I have cosmic sisters and brothers and cousins and aunts and uncles, and I have cosmic moms too. And they're all very dear to me, and I love them all to pieces, but I don't always keep in touch with them on a regular basis, and they don't usually keep in touch with me on a regular basis, and that's okay, as long as I know that they're out there. As long as I can think of them and smile, I know that they're out there, occasionally think of me and smile as well, and go, I hope things are okay. It's sending positive energy out across the universe. So, back to what I was saying. This particular individual decided that she was going to contact some of my friends and try to smear my name. Well, here's the funny part. People that she told all of these things to have known me about 3 years, at least. So it's funny to me, it's amusing, that somebody that they don't know is going to try to talk shit about me, a person that they've known for at least 3 years, and then think that it's not going to come back to me. And it didn't offend me, it didn't bother me, because I knew what they were saying was false. The thing that bothered me was that my friend was getting dragged in the middle of something that they knew nothing about. And they have more than enough going on in their own personal lives than to be dragged into some nonsense that, wasn't even pertaining to them. You know, it's one thing if I was having an issue with a friend, and then my friend took it to a mutual friend of ours and said, hey, what do you think? You know, can you help us come to a consensus or, a mutual meeting ground or whatever. That's different. That's reaching out, to a mutual friend for help. But this was completely different. It was this individual reaching out to someone that was a stranger to her, but knew me, to try to keep the drama machine rolling. And the problem is that drama machine had ran out of gas long before. And so I was confused, and I was amused that they care that much about me to want to continue trying to stress me out and all this other stuff, when really I had already put that wall back up, that shield, and everything that they were doing was just bouncing back off. What bothered me was that, they're going to harass a friend of mine, at like 2 o'clock in the morning, when, usually people that do not suffer from insomnia like me are going to sleep. And so my message to the wonderful World Wide Web is, drama is drama should be left to the movies, to books, to magazines. Drama's not really needed in real life. Life is exciting and fun and interesting all on its own. And adding more stress on somebody else's life is pointless, childish.
Inside that room, fuck that.
It's
inside that building is like a giant fuck that.
Some people just have not evolved past the grade school player, and that's just fine.
Are you serious?
But I wish all of you, wonderful evening.
Are you serious?
Almost morning, wonderful week, month, year, life, etc. And just remember that once you squash that drama, put that shield up, and eventually whoever's causing you drama will give up, and maybe they'll mature someday, and maybe they won't, but they're out of your life, so you don't have to worry about it. So
funniest viewpoint ever. So I'm supposed to beat up drunks for this part. This is hilarious.
State of Insanity, Country of Cats, wishing you as much as possible a drama-free internet surfing experience. Good night.
Stokers?